Hi friends, today is Wednesday, September 7th, and typically on Wednesdays I do midweek readings, midweek messages, but lately I've had some listeners mention that they've been waiting on some news and wanting to have messages with regard to that, and so I thought today I would do some readings to address that if any of you are waiting for some news. I'm actually going to do 3 readings today because I feel like this should be pretty straightforward and hopefully not terribly lengthy. I'm going to try to keep it succinct and just get some answers for you, those of you who are waiting on some news. So I'm actually going to do 3 readings today because, like I said, hopefully this won't be too terribly lengthy and it will just be fairly straightforward. But before I get to the groups, I wanted to go over the meditation messages that I got in my preparatory meditation. There's only a couple today. But the first vision that I saw was a hawk swooping down to the ground. And so I took that to mean that your news will come suddenly and it will be very decisive. There will be no disputing it. And you're not really going to know when it's coming, but it'll be sudden and it'll be concise, and that'll be that. And so then the second vision that I saw was an extremely colorful rooster that was strutting around. He was not crowing, so I took that to mean that your news has not arrived yet, but when it does, it's going to be a big announcement. It's going to be a big, colorful, probably very joyous announcement. So either of those things might apply to some of you, and they might not apply to you at all. Your news may be different, but again, I'm going to do 3 readings, so hopefully one of the readings will apply for you. So let's go ahead and go over the groups, and then you can take whatever time you need to pick your group, whichever group speaks to you the most. So we'll go over these first and give you a chance to kind of take a look at things. So group number 1 is a white calcite polar bear. This little white calcite polar bear. Okay, so that's group 1. Group 2 is an orange calcite owl. Get a good look at this little guy. And group 3 is a green aventurine piggy, a little pig. Green aventurine pig. So take a moment, take a deep breath, however you still yourself and decide on a group is fine. If you need to pause the video, that also is fine, to take some time to ponder the groups if you need that. And then once you've decided on your group, again, number 1 is the white calcite polar bear, number 2 is the orange calcite owl, and number 3 is the green aventurine pig. There will be timestamps linked below in the description box, so just drop down to the description area, click on the timestamp that corresponds to your group, and it'll take you directly to your group, and I will see you there. Hi group 1, this is your reading, the white calcite polar bear. The first messages that we'd like to get from Spirit are, what is your energy while you're waiting for this news? What is group 1's energy while they're waiting for their news, Spirit, please? Okay. So, well, this is an interesting mix. We got the Queen of Pentacles and the Chariot. So you are trying to be patient, but you really are anxious about this news. And then we got the King of Subjugation. It's a very unusual deck. So I take that to mean that you're starting to feel like you're being ignored, or that it's not fair that you have to wait this long, or that someone is putting you off. You're trying very hard to be patient, but you really, really are getting anxious about this, and you feel like someone is putting you off and not giving you the answer purposely. So that's your energy while you are waiting for this news. So Spirit, what is needed from group 1 before the news they're waiting for can arrive? What is needed from group 1 before their news can arrive for them? What do they need to do, or just what is needed from them before this news can come? Well, again, this is an interesting mix of cards. We have got the Tower card. We've got the 5 of Wands. We have got the Masterless Knight. So this is a card of pure action without any sort of attachment to any particular element or action. And not meaning that it's not attached to, this is a card of pure action, but it's not attached to necessarily in a particular type of action, like emotional action or mental action or physical action. It's just sort of a free agent. But we got the Knight of Rings. Knight of Rings. Which these are an interesting combination of knights, because neither one of them is a traditional knight. And then we got the Emperor card, the Emperor. So the Tower card and the 5 of Wands speak of some confusion, something that is. It's basically saying that something's going to fall apart before any action can be taken for this news to reach you. So you may be holding some expectations about what this news is going to be, which might be blocking it from actually coming to you. You may even be not necessarily purposefully, but you might be actively blocking this news. You might be putting too many restrictions on it, on how you want to receive it, or what news you're hoping will come. So you may be restricting the news from reaching you because, for instance, if this is coming from an individual and they know that you have certain expectations about what the news is going to be, but maybe the news does not fit those expectations, then they may be apprehensive to bring the news to you. It's altogether likely that some of your that you're blocking this news from coming to you, and you're going to have to release those blockages. You're going to have to release those expectations before the news will be able to reach you in any form. Spirit, please, could we have some more clarity on why the Emperor is here? Why is the Emperor here? What is the Emperor card telling us about what Group 1 needs to do to receive this news? Okay, so we got the Undaunted, the Death card, and the Death card again. So I'm getting the message that basically you are holding on to this expectation to the point of almost being absurd or being obsessive. You just are really not willing to. The outcome of this or the news that you're waiting for is so important that it comes down in a particular way. You really need it to be. You need this news to be a certain message or a certain way. And you're holding on to that incredibly tightly. You got two almost identical death cards here. So holding on to your expectations of what this news needs to be is so strongly blocking this news. I mean, just ridiculously. This card, the Undaunted, matched up with these two death cards. I mean, you're holding on to your expectations so tightly. Whatever this news is something that's just incredibly important to you, and it's incredibly important that it comes down in a certain way. But you can't control that. You don't have any control over what the truth of the news is. So regardless of how much you want it to be a certain way, you can't make it be a certain thing. You have to release this and let the news come as it may. It may not be what you are hoping for, and it may be really hard to take. It may be a really, really strong message that is not what you're expecting. But it is what you need. So you just really, really very much, I can't even begin to, I'm just blown away by the imagery that is here. We have got skeletons, or this, also a skeleton, I think, or a reaper, on 4 cards. So there's no other way I can say this. And even on the back of this card, we've got skulls. You've got to let go of your expectations. You absolutely must let go of your expectations of this news, because it's not serving you at all to hold on to those expectations, and it is really, really blocking this news of getting through in any way. And it's also it may not block the news from getting through, but it's blocking you from receiving it. Let's put it that way. You are not willing to receive any news but the news that you are expecting and need. And by doing that, you're not going to take from this news what you really need to be strong. You have to let go of these expectations so you can really understand the true nature of the news when it does come to you, and be able to understand it and be able to take from it what is really going to serve you, not just what you think you need in order for it to serve you. It's different. What you think you need and what you're actually going to get from this news are very different, but you're blocking it by holding on so strongly to your expectations. So thank you, Spirit, for those messages. I just want to put this deck up for now. It feels as though we can move on to a different one. I'm going to go with this guy. Okay, so Spirit, how will this news arrive for Group 1? How will the news arrive for them? How will this news arrive for Group 1, please? Okay. Again, this is interesting. We got 2 knights and we got 2 pentacles. And we got the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Cups. And those are both about action. The Knight of Swords is about intellectual or speaking. And the Knight of Cups is about emotion. So someone is going to bring this news to you. They're going to tell you, probably face to face. They're going to actually speak this news to you. And it will be very emotional for them. Very emotional for them. And potentially very emotional for you as well. However, even though it seems that this news is not going to, from this read here, maybe not going to be what you expect. Now let me back up on this. When you get this news, I feel as though it's going to be so unexpected that you're going to be frozen. You're going to be potentially sort of numb. You're going to be sort of rendered inactive. You're not going to be able to react to the news when it comes. But again, someone is going to talk to you face to face. It's going to be very emotional for them. And when you hear this news, it's going to land in a way that you won't know what to do with it in the moment. So that's how the news is going to come to you. Spirit, when will this news come to? When will this news arrive for group 1? When will this news arrive for group 1? When will this news arrive for group 1, Spirit? Okay. So we got the King and Queen. We got the King of Wands and the Queen of Swords. King of Wands and Queen of Swords. So in this case, I believe that this actually has to do with people, specific people. I believe that these people will probably visit and deliver this news. It's probably an elderly couple or an older couple, husband and wife. They're both very dynamic people. Both very, very dynamic people. The male of the two is a doer, and someone who is just very fiery and passionate, and he just jumps right in whenever anything needs to be done. The female is more of a thinker, and perhaps has a sharp tongue. So she is one to not beat around the bush, cut to the chase. She says what she means. Whereas this one, while he is one to jump in, he is not very good necessarily with delivering emotional things. He is very emotional. In fact, that's kind of his MO. He's just an emotional guy. He's super happy when he's happy. He gets excited easily. When he gets mad, he's mad. So he's a very emotional guy. The woman is not. She is able to be very detached, and not in a cruel way. Just she's able to stay calm in the face of strong emotion. So we got the 3 of Pentacles and the 6 of Cups, and the 3 and the 6 together are 9. So I feel as though this is going to come to you in 9 days. About 9 days from now, this couple is going to bring the information to you. They're going to bring this news to you. Yeah, I really feel like that's what it is. I feel like it's 9 days. I might say 36 for some of you, about a month from now, but the 6 is first and the 3 is afterwards. So I really believe that it's 9 days. Yeah, so I that's about when you can expect this, in about 9 days for most of you. For some of you, it might be about a month. For some of you, it might be in 3 months. 6 could mean in the summertime, but I feel like it's not that far away. So again, I'm going to say it's in about 9 days, which would make sense. Because that's going to put you to a weekend. So I feel like this couple, I think, if my math is right, probably not, but I feel like it's going to be at least around a weekend. So this couple may come to visit for the weekend coming up, and bring the news when they come. So thank you for those messages, Spirit. What will be the nature of this news for group 1? What is going to be the nature of this news for them? Okay, so we got the 3 of Cups and we got the 2 of Wands. So I feel like this news is something that's going to bring you together with your loved ones. It's something that is going to rally the troops, bring the family in, whatever. It's going to bring you together with other people. It's going to be something that you're going to come together to deal with. But it's going to be something that you don't really have a solid grasp, or you aren't going to have a hand in. Let me put it this way, and I'm sorry to be blunt, but there's not much you can do about this news. It's something that you might find out, and you need to know, but then you're just going to have to wait. You might not know how to deal with this news. There might be a number of options that are going to have to be identified and studied and researched, or it might be that you just it's not something that you can do anything about. So that's the nature of the news. Again, it's going to bring people together to deal with it together. It's going to require pulling your tribe in, but it's something that you're just going to have to kind of go with. You can't, it's not something that you will hear the news and go, oh, okay, and just go do whatever you need to do. It's something that you're going to hear the news and you're going to, you're not going to be able to immediately affect the news. So it's going to be something that you're going to have to either weigh some options about, or it's going to be something that you're going to have to just wait and see what happens. So that is the nature of the news. So Spirit, and again, I'm feeling like I need a different deck here. Let's go with this little guy. How will the news affect Group 1, Spirit? Spirit, thank you for these messages. And how will this news affect Group 1, please? Okay, so this is a pretty clear message here. It's going to shake your world. This news is really going to shake your world. Initially, you are going to withdraw because that's all you can do to deal with this news. You're going to have to sort of go inward, just let things settle for a little bit, because I feel like this might be an emotional time, and so you're not going to be able to relate to a lot of other people. You're not going to have a lot of reserves to give when you hear this news. Everything's going to, like I said, it's just going to shake your world. You're going to have to go inward. You're going to have to draw on your inner strength. initially. But once you have had a chance to do that, you are going to rise above this, and you're going to work, fight, whatever it is you need to do to deal with the situation. You will. So we got 3 major arcana cards here. We got the Tower, we got the Hermit, and we got the Strength card. So this is a big deal. Whatever this news is that you're waiting for, it's a big deal. It's going to hit you hard. It's going to shake up your world. You're going to need to go inward and sort of get your bearings again. Call upon all of your inner strength. And once you do that, we got the 7 of Wands here, you can rise above all of this and do whatever needs to be to get done. So so that's the message for you guys today with regard to the news that you're waiting on, Group 1. A little bit tricky reading, a little bit tricky outcome perhaps for you, but I'm hoping that this will sort of give you maybe some direction with regard to what's coming, and kind of maybe give yourself some grace if this is a difficult piece of news that you're receiving. I also pulled an oracle card ahead of time, and so let's take a look at that oracle card and see what that is. The oracle card that we got is individuation. Individuation. So let's take a look at the book and see what that means for us. Individuation. Okay, individuation says, it is here in this moment that we must find ourselves by understanding our psyche and who we are. This vital search for the hidden core of our being is the most important act we will ever undertake, as not only will it lead us to our true life in this world, one that is in gentle agreement with all of life, but it will put us on the pathway to an extraordinary encounter with the atemporal future. A place where you have always been, because it is the place you had to be and what you will be for all of time. And if you think about it, why wouldn't you want to undertake this quest? Why wouldn't you want to become an absolute part of the universe? Inside you, that secret being has always existed. It has whispered its intuitive thoughts to you since your first breath and sustained you through your darkest hours. That voice has wisdom beyond any ancient philosophy. It is the wisdom of you, and it summons you to reach the ultimate height of your being, to pull the sword from the sorcerer's stone and claim your destiny. And the keywords are fate, identity, pilgrimage, character, and integrity. So this card is telling you that regardless of how difficult this news might be, you have the inner strength, and you always have had the inner strength to get through it. So again, if this is difficult news for you, I am sorry that you're having to deal with this, but I do see in this reading that you have the strength. You 100% have the strength to deal with it. So best of luck to you with that, and come back whenever you need to. I'm sending love to you. I'm sending Reiki healing to you. And also, if there's any additional topics or questions that anyone wants to have addressed in future readings, put those in the comment section. And if I get a number of requests for the same type of reading, then I can probably whip up a reading to do that. So hopefully that's helpful to everyone as well. Again, I wish you the best with whatever is coming up for you, and I hope that it works out for the best, but be flexible. Go with whatever comes up, not with what you are holding on to so tightly, because it may not be the same, and they may not be compatible. So you might need to release a little bit so that you can take in what actually does come and deal with it. So I hope that makes sense. And I hope to see you soon. Best of luck. Bye. Hi, Group 2. This is your reading, the Orange Calcite Owl. Spirit, may we please get messages for Group 2 with regard to what is their energy while they're waiting for this news? What is Group 2's energy while they're waiting for this news? What is the energy of Group 2 as they wait for this news? Okay, so we got the Ace of Coins and we got the Chariot. So, you guys are eagerly anticipating a new start that could be very lucrative. Could bring you a lot of abundance, could bring you a lot of wealth. And you are ready to move forward with this. You're excited about it. You are, like I said, you're eagerly anticipating this news with regard to this new venture or new connection or just some new, brand new thing that's going to bring you a lot of wealth and abundance, get you really solid, just could start you on the road to a really, really very happy and fulfilled life. So, Spirit, thank you for that message. What is needed from Group 2 before this news can reach them? What is needed from Group 2 in order for this news to reach them? What is needed from Group 2 before this news can get to them? What is needed from Group 2, please, before this news can come? Okay. Okay, well, we got the Page of Swords, we got the Seven of Swords, and we got the Three of Staves. So, what is needed from you before this news can reach you or fully manifest is you need to take control over what this news is going to be bringing to you. You may be a little bit overly enthusiastic about getting started without doing all the research and or all of the preparation for whatever this news is going to bring to you. So there may be some pieces of the puzzle that you don't quite have yet, or that are hidden from you, or that you haven't anticipated yet, and you are just ready to set out, but you may not know exactly where it is you're going with this. So what is needed for you to do is to have a firm grasp on what this news is going to mean for you, and know how to embrace it fully, not just set off half-cocked. And you may not know exactly what this news is going to be, so you may not be able to really have a complete understanding of what is going to come forward from this news. But if that's the case, what you do need to do is you need to have a firm understanding that that's what's going to be required when this news does come. You can't just jump in. Can't just jump in and start acting or start making decisions and throwing things around, because you may not have all of the understanding that you need, whatever this news is going to bring to you. So if you don't know exactly what this news is going to be about, and don't know how to prepare specifically for it, what you need to do is just generally know that when this news does come, you're going to need to take the time up front to understand what it means, to see all of the aspects of it and how they fit together, before you just jump in and start doing things. Okay, so that's what is needed from you for this news to be able to arrive. So, Spirit, thank you for that message. How will this news arrive for Group 2? How will the news come to them? How will this news arrive for them? Page of Coins, the Four of Swords, and the Six of Cups. Interesting mix here. Okay, so this news is going to arrive for you Spirit, can we get some more messages here? I'm not exactly sure what this is telling me. So Spirit, could we get some clarity on how this news is going to arrive for group 2, please? How is this news going to arrive for them? Okay, so we got the King of Swords to add to this. So this news is going to come to you in a very controlled, almost formal fashion, I feel like. This may be a contract that is going to point by point lay out what is coming forward, what this news is about. It is going to require, again, it's going to require that you slow down and really pay attention to all of the finer points of this. So yeah, I feel as though that this is going to be almost more of a formal sort of a something, the news. If this is an offer, it's going to be a very specific offer, like if this is a job offer or, you know, a buyout offer, or even if this is like someone coming to you and wanting to combine somehow. There's going to be a component of, if not legality, then at least things are going to be very laid out and specific. There's not going to be, this isn't going to be just a, hey, do you want to do this kind of a thing. This is going to be, you know, here's my offer. I can offer you this, 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 and this, and from you, I'm going to need this, 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 and this. But even though that's the case, it will remain in a friendly atmosphere. I mean, it's not going to be someone who's contentious with you, someone who is forcing you to do something. That's not the case at all. You're going to have a connection with this news. You're going to have a say in things. It's going to be an atmosphere where there's give and take. You know, here we see, you know, the standing figure and the kneeling figure. So there's going to be some compromise offered. There may not have to be a lot of compromise taken, but there's going to be that freedom and that flexibility that, you know, this isn't going to be, this isn't like a hard and fast contract kind of a thing. You know, we didn't get the justice card or anything like that, but this definitely has the feel of something that is going to be specific and laid out very carefully, or at least very thoroughly, and then it's going to be kind of a give and take. You can go back and forth and change things and fix things so that it will suit whoever's involved in this decision. Okay, so that's how the decision, or that's how the news is going to come to you. So Spirit, when will this news arrive for group 2? When will this news come for them? When will this news arrive? when will this news arrive? Okay. So we got 17, which reduces to 8. We got the 8, we got the Strength card. We got the King of Cups and the 5 of Staves. The 5 of Staves is typically a card of some confusion, but in this card, it appears to be a council. So I feel like there's going to be a meeting. There's a meeting that is set up, and it has something to do with the number 8. We've already gone through August, so I feel as though this is going to be in 8 days or 8 weeks. If you have a meeting already set up at 8 coming up, that's going to be when the news will come. But yeah, there's definitely something to do with 8 here, and it has something to do with a meeting. Spirit, could you please give us some clarification? What does the King of Cups have to do with the timing of this? What is the significance of the King of Cups here? Okay, so we got another 5, the 5 of Swords. The 5 of Swords is about sort of being on your own and taking what you need. So with regard to the King of Cups is going to be about mastering your emotions. But again, we've got 2 5s and we've got 8s. 5 and 8, so that would be 13. So this could be coming in 13 days or 2 weeks, give or take. So I would say it's going to be between 8 days and 2 weeks that this news is going to come to you. And it's going to be in the form of meeting with, oh, I know what the star, the King of Cups. Okay. So this is who you're going to meet with. This person, and that also goes back to how this is going to arrive. We talked about how this is going to be, even though it's going to be laid out and set out and possibly written out, it's not going to be uncomfortable. It's not going to be, forceful. It's going to be comfortable, and you'll get along with whoever it is that you're dealing with just fine. You guys there'll be plenty of give and take, and that's what this card is talking about. This individual, it's going to be middle-aged to an older gentleman most likely, or it could be a woman but just who has a very strong presence about her. But this is going to be someone who is just very kind and very full of grace and very elegant. So in 1 to 2 weeks, basically, in 1 to 2 weeks, you're going to meet with this individual who is a very kind and gracious and just someone who exudes elegance, basically. So you're going to meet with this individual in a week or 2, and that's when the news will come. So thank you for those messages, Spirit. What will be the nature of the news for Group 2, please? What will be the nature of this news for them? Oh my goodness. Okay. So, we got the Queen of Staves. So this is someone or something who is extremely creative and has a mastery of making things work, of bringing big projects together, putting all the pieces together so that they form something. This is an example of the whole is greater than the parts. This is someone who knows, or a situation where all of the parts come together, or they bring all of the parts together, and it creates something that's magical. It creates something that you can't imagine that it came from what you had to work with initially. So the nature of this news is going to be something that just creates something that's just going to blossom for you. It's going to allow you to walk away from, safely walk away from what you're doing now, or what you have now, or who you're dealing with now. There's something that you need to just leave behind, basically. To go to a better place, and this news is going to allow you to do that, and it is going to bring you to, this is the Sun card, it's going to bring you to a place that is really fulfilling and really happy and very, very productive, just a fiery, creative place. I feel like you're going to go from maybe some sort of a mundane job to something that is just amazingly creative. And this individual that we talked about before, this person who's just full of grace and just exudes this elegance, I feel like that is going to sort of be indicative of the energy of what comes forward. This is going to be something that is just, I don't even know how to describe it. It's going to be something that is just, it's so amazing. People will walk into this place, or hear about this, or see the product, or this relationship they'll watch as you walk by down the street. Whatever this is, whatever this news is bringing you, people are going to look at it and go, wow. It's just one of those things that it stops you in your tracks when you see it, whether it is, a business, or a production, or a couple, or, it could be anything. This news that's coming to you, I feel like it's probably not so much a relationship because of the, the sort of contractual, or, the bringing in the different aspects and points, but it could be. But anyway, the nature of this news is going to be something that is just spectacular, and will let you leave behind whatever it is now that I don't feel like what you've got now is not working for you so much. It's just kind of humdrum. It's mundane. It is what it is, and it gets you by, and it's fine. But this is going to allow you to leave that and just move to a whole new place that's just unbelievably just beautiful and engaging, and just cool. So Spirit, how will this news affect Group 2? How will this news affect them? Okay, let's see here. A little concerning. The first card that came out was the Three of Swords, and it was the only card that came out face up. But then we got the Ten of Staves, the Seven of Cups. Guys, this is, I don't know what to make of this. The Page of Cups and the Five of Cups. All right, gang. Aside from the Page of Cups, we have gotten 4 of the most difficult cards in the deck. We got the Ten of Staves that talks about a heavy burden. We got the Three of Staves, or Three of Swords, that talks about heartache. We got the Seven of Cups that talks about difficult and possibly misleading decisions. And we got the Five of Cups that talks about regrets. And then we got the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups. Starting out on an emotional endeavor. I am looking at this and I'm thinking that what this is saying is that, well, I feel like this might end up being sort of overwhelming for you. Spirit, could we please have some more, could we please have clarification on the Page of Cups? What is the Page of Cups here for? What is it saying? Oh my Lord. We got the Devil to add to it. Okay, so I think that the message here is that you don't want to get tied to the potential outcome of this. You don't want to get too heavily invested emotionally in this, whatever this is. Because I feel like this is going to be something that is so huge that if you become too attached, too involved, if this becomes too much a part of you, it's going to end up taking over your life. It's going to end up being a burden. It's going to end up being something that I feel like when you know, there's the expression, do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life, but that's not necessarily true. If you do what you love for work, and that work becomes very successful, and so you are locked into having to continue doing that work, and it changes. We've got this Seven of Cups, which is about things that maybe aren't exactly as they seem. We've got the Five of Cups, which talks about things that have not worked out the way that you expected them to, and you regret them. And we've got the Three of Swords, which is all about, being wounded, heartache. So when you do what you love for your work, and it becomes something that's big, it becomes something that is public, is visible, and people start to depend on it, and they start to depend on you. What you love may very well change into something that is now a chore, and something that you have to do. And oftentimes people impose what they want onto this, and so it begins to change to something that's not what you originally loved and set out to do, but you're held to it now. You are attached to it now. It has become a burden. It has become this burden. So I think that this is a cautionary message that while this is an amazing opportunity, and that I still believe that you should accept it. But I think we need to go back to the first part where we talked about there's going to be the ability or the capacity or the opportunity to compromise in this. And it will be, at this point, it's going to be a friendly exchange, and it's going to be an honest exchange where there is give and take. So I think that this message is saying at that point, when this news comes to you, you need to really, really look at it emotionally, what feels right to your heart, and don't get caught up in the magnitude of it, the excitement of it, without really, really feeling what it's going to be. So I feel like that is the message, and not what I expected at all, but I believe that is definitely what this message is telling you, that without proper foresight and and without properly understanding and thinking through this, although we're talking more about emotionally connecting with this, whatever this news is. But if you don't properly vet this opportunity or whatever it is and see it long range, see it long term, maybe bring it in a little bit so that it doesn't get completely out of hand, it has the potential to turn into something that's going to weigh you down in the future. So I guess just don't get caught up in the glitz, don't get caught up in the excitement and potential. Make sure that you see the way to keep this what you want it to be. So understand what it is that you want it to be going forward, and make sure that you have given yourself the opportunity and the means to keep it that way. So okay. Okay, so that's the reading. Wow, not how I expected that to end. But let's take a look at the oracle card that I drew ahead of time and see what we've got here. Okay, we've got one of the geometric shapes here, sacred geometry. So let's take a look and see what this says about this particular sacred shape. Okay, this card is about unfathomable. In the deeper reaches of our subconscious, we pursue the enigmatic antiquity of oblivion, mining its forbidden inner life for the source of its ancestral and mediumistic home. That's a mouthful. From this abyss, a premonitory form is cast, hinting at what one day will become a new and final departure. So the key words for this are deep, essential, remote, cosmic, and eternal. So I think that this card is talking about the unknown nature of how this can change and morph and become something that you don't anticipate. So even though it seems on the surface of it that it's very simple, very solid, very manageable, whatever this is, it has the potential to change, to become something completely different that you don't expect. So again, I think we're going back to this cautionary message that be sure that you have a firm hold on whatever this is, so that going forward it doesn't take over and turn into something that is not what you have ever wanted, and something that you regret. So that's your reading, group 2. Really, really an interesting twist there at the end that took. But I still think that this is great reading, and I honestly, I think that turn at the end was probably the best part of the whole reading, because leading up to that, I don't know about you, but I'm getting pulled into whatever this is that's coming, and getting really excited about it, and perhaps not really paying attention to those details that it talked about at the beginning. We had a lot of messages about looking at the details at the beginning. So yeah, I think this has been a really useful reading, and I hope it's been useful for you too. Good luck with this. In a week or so, it looks like this is going to hit the ground running. If you do find out what this is about, I would love to hear about it. It sounds kind of exciting. Also, the premise of my doing these readings with what messages are coming or what news is coming is because some people had asked to have some messages about those about that very theme. And so if there is something that you have a question about, and you have just been kind of sitting back hoping that maybe I would hit it at some point, put your question in the comments. If I have enough comments, questions that are similar subjects that people want me to look into or focus on in a reading, I may be able to do that in an upcoming reading for you. So again, if there's something that you want to know about, if there's a question that you have, put it in the comments and I will see if I can, if we can maybe do a reading about that in the future. In the meantime, good luck with this. I hope that it sounds like something that's pretty exciting and I think you can handle it. So good luck. Bye. Hi, Group 3. This is your reading, the Green Aventurine Pig. So, Spirit, what is the energy of Group 3 while they're waiting for this news? What is Group 3's energy as they are awaiting this news? Group 3, what is your energy while you're waiting on this news? I don't think this is the right deck. This doesn't feel right. Let's try a different one. Let's go with this little deck. Okay, Spirit. What is the energy of Group 3 as they are awaiting this news? What is their energy? Okay. Well, this is some good energy here, Group 3. We got the Chariot, we got the Universe, and we got the Magician, and then we got the Six of Swords. So, you guys are anticipating something coming to you that is basically going to set you free. You are looking forward to something that is going to change your life. It's going to bring you everything that you ever wanted. It's going to let you leave behind what you don't want, that's just not working great for you. Yeah, basically that's it. You are anticipating news that is just absolutely going to set you free, change everything. Yeah. That's a pretty amazing start. So thank you, Spirit, for that message. And what is needed from Group 3 before they can receive this news? What is needed from Group 3 in order to receive this news? Let me get this card that fell here. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Well, we got the Four of Swords, the Five of Swords, and the Six of Cups. And I'm feeling as though it's not so much the cards here that are the whole message, but this is 4, 5, 6. So what's needed from you is just to keep going. Yeah. 4, 5, 6. Whenever I see numbers that are ascending, that just means you're doing what you need to do, so just keep it up. So basically, that's what these cards are saying. Whatever you're doing, just keep doing it. The news is coming, and you don't really need to do anything. It's going to get here. There's nothing needed from you. Just keep doing what you're doing, and yeah, and the news will come. So, Spirit, how is this news going to arrive? Thank you for that message. Thank you for those messages. And how is this news going to arrive for Group 3? How is this news going to arrive for them? Okay. Wow. Okay, so we got the Princess of Cups, we got the Queen of Cups, we got the Sun, we got the Wheel of Fortune, and we got the Four of Pentacles. This news is just going to come roaring in. It is going to be just tremendously happy for you. It's going to... It's just going to show up. when you least expect it. Yeah, this is going to show up when you're least expecting it. It's going to come in sooner than you think. And it's just going to take you by surprise. It's going to really take you by surprise, and it's just going to bring just this incredible happiness with it. It's going to be surprising. You're just going to be still waiting, assuming that you still have a while to wait for this news, but it's going to show up before you expect it. So that's how this news is going to arrive. Our next question, and this kind of answered it, but we'll ask it anyway, is when is this news going to arrive? Spirit, thank you for those messages. And for group 3, when is this news going to arrive for them? When will this news be arriving for group 3, please? And there goes another one on the floor. Not sure what the message is there, and it happens to be a pentacle, so yeah. So that has to do with things being solid and earthly. Perhaps I need to get a little more grounded to get this message here. Okay, thank you, Spirit. When will this news arrive for group 3? Okay, well, we got the Hierophant, we got the 6 of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, the Star, and the Princess of Pentacles. So the Queen and Princess of Pentacles. It's going to arrive, I don't know why, but I'm hearing Wednesday. So it must be next Wednesday, or maybe today. We also got 5, 6, and 17, which reduces to 8. What is the date? Today is the 7th. So that makes next Wednesday would be the 14th. 6 and 5 is 11. And 8 is the 19th. Not just sure here, guys. Let's get some more messages. Spirit, could you please give some clarification as to when this message, this news is going to be arriving for group 3, please? When will this news be arriving for them? Got the 2 of Swords, we got the 10 of Cups, and we got the 2 of Pentacles. So I think this is going to be 2 weeks from today. It's on a Wednesday, and the 10 and the 2s, that gives me 14. So I think it's 2 weeks from today. And for whatever reason, that makes sense to me for the rest of these cards too. The Star, 2 weeks from today. Yeah. So that would be 14 and 7 to be the 21st. Yeah, I'm not sure why I think that, but that's what I'm feeling from this. 2 weeks from today on a Wednesday is when this is going to arrive. I feel like you might be getting this news. We've got some cards here that say that it's at night, and some that are definitely during midday. So I am feeling as though this is going to be coming sometime between noon and dusk, or noon and midnight. It's going to be the latter half of the day. It's not going to be something that comes to you in the morning. Let's see if I can get anything else out of this. Spirit, why is this Hierophant card here? That has me a little confused. What significance does the Hierophant have? we got the Emperor. So we got the 4, the 5, and the 6. The Emperor and the Hierophant. The Emperor and the Hierophant for me have some similarities. They both are sort of powerful, masculine figures, typically masculine, and they speak of institutions. They speak of action and worldly things. We also have the Star here, and we've got the 10 of Cups. And those are kind of more intuitive things. Got the Pentacles over here, which are, we've got the 2, the Princess, and the Queen of Pentacles. Those are very earthly. Got the 2 of Swords and the 6 of Wands. Those are kind of typically some sort of movement things, but these particular cards in those suits have to do with having already moved, or coming to a place of stillness. So, okay, so this is going to happen when there's a new moon. So I don't know when the next new moon is. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say maybe it's 2 weeks from today on a Wednesday. This is going to be associated with the next new moon, is when this news is going to come to you. So, has to do with the enlightenment. Yes, okay, so that's when this news is going to arrive, the next new moon. And I know somebody today was just talking about the full moon. And so if the full moon is around now, that means it would be a couple weeks from now. So if that makes sense. But it'll be coming to you the next new moon, whatever Wednesday is closest to that, I believe. That's when you'll get this news. Okay, so, well, that was a little convoluted, but thank you, Spirit, for those messages. And what is going to be the nature of this news? And I need a different deck. What is going to be the nature of this news for Group 3? Nope, not that one. This one. Okay, thank you, Spirit. What is going to be the nature of the news for Group 3? Okay. Well, we got the 5 of Earth, the Hanged Man, and the 10 of Wands. So this news is going to be for you alone. It doesn't have to do, and it's not going to bring in anyone else. It is just for you. It is purely news for you. And it actually might be news that ends up isolating you to a certain extent. In fact, I'm really seeing that this news is going to isolate you somehow. I don't know if it's going to be something that you're going to have to take on that actually removes you from someone else. If it's something that's happening to you that means that you're going to have to isolate from other people, of course, COVID pops to mind. If this is something that is going to require so much of you that you're going to have to just sort of withdraw from the rest of your life for the time. But this news is something that is going to just very, very much isolate you. It could also mean that it's something that's going to set you apart from other people. So this could be news that is going to change your status, perhaps. If you've always been one of the workers at work and suddenly you're getting a promotion, so you're going to be in, more of a management capacity now, or if you are buying a business or starting your own business, and you've always been just one of the working Joes, you're now going to be, owning your own business and having all that responsibility. It could be I'm hoping not, but if you've always been part of a couple and the news is that that's splitting up, then again, that might put you on your own. So this is just something that's going to set you apart or exclude you or isolate you from others. So that is the nature of the news. So, Spirit, how will this news affect Group 3? How will this news affect them? Okay, well, this definitely is going to be something that is going to allow you to set yourself apart, and in a good way. It appears that you're going to be winning with whatever this news is. It's going to be something that's going to bring you prosperity. It's going to bring you stability and abundance. I feel like it's going to bring you some stature as well, or status. So this setting yourself apart from others, or this news setting you apart from others, looks now like it's probably not going to be a bad thing. It's actually going to set you up to be in a higher place, a higher status, just more abundant, a better life. It's going to set you up for a better life. So that's how this news is going to affect you. So that's your reading, Group 3, and hopefully that kind of shed some light on what is going to happen with your news. Again, this initial energy that we had here is just pretty amazing, with all of the manifestation and abundance cards. And then we ended up with more kind of manifestation and abundance. We had over here these just incredible cards of also, happiness, manifestation, and abundance. So I feel like this is going to be some pretty amazing news, and it's going to bring you some prosperity, and I feel like it's going to be a good thing. So let's take a look at the oracle card that we drew ahead of time. That's with our little piggy here, and we've got sincerity. Sincerity is the card that we got. So let's take a look at the book here and see what the message is for sincerity. Okay, sincerity says, an honorable expression is one that is sincere. It effortlessly touches the inner core of our beings with its offer to witness and recognize the promise, trust, and love that is inwardly mirrored there. It is the universal emotion used to gather and hold all transient beauty in its enduring, protective grasp. So the key words for this card are trust, loyalty, friendship, support, and respect. So I feel as though that's the stature that you're going to obtain through this news that's coming to you. So great reading, Group 3. I'm happy to have brought that to you, and I would be excited to hear how we hit it as far as the timing of this, because that was really kind of crazy, and I've not done a lot of readings that have specific timing involved, so I feel like I was sort of stumbling in the dark there, but hopefully I got the message, and hopefully that will give you some kind of a timetable here. yeah, if you want to leave me any comments on down the road on kind of how this worked out, that would be fun. That would be cool. And then the other thing that I've talked to the other groups about, and I'll talk to you guys too, the reason that I'm doing these, when is the news coming or what news is coming, tell me about my news kind of reading, is because I had some people who asked that question of me, which I really hadn't given that a whole lot of thought up until this point. Just sort of had been doing readings that were just kind of, okay, here's what I'm going to tell you about. Hope this helps you, kind of a thing. But if there are specific questions that you actually have and would like some answers to or would like some guidance on, leave those in the comments. If I get enough similar comments about subject matter that people would like to know about, I will definitely see if I can tailor future readings to answer those questions for you. So if there's some burning question that you've got, or even if it's just if it's not a burning question, it's just something that would be fun and you want to know, leave it in the comments, and if I can, I'll see if I can work that into future readings. But regardless, I appreciate your being here, and I will welcome you back whenever you'd like to stop in again. And blessings for your week and for your news. Good luck with that. Bye.